Hello and welcome or welcome back to Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff. For some reason, my microphone decided to shut itself off. Why the computer's off? It's never done that before, but here we go. We're going to continue building set number 910053. It's the Thieves of Tortuga. And this is a Bricklink Designer Series 5 set. This is the third out of 5. I have all 5 that we're building. After this one, we're going to do the antique shop. That's coming down the road probably towards the end of the week. We've done bags 1 through 17, and this is where we're at. So I'm going to switch cameras here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to see it. Here we go. So this is bag 1 through 17. There are 51 marked bags, and there are 5 unmarked bags or unnumbered bags. So let's go ahead and set this aside, and let's start building the roof to this guy right here. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? I hope you guys had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. Boy, was it! It was jam-packed and filled with everything. Let me tell you. So, yep. On Saturday, I went to go see my childhood friend. He was visiting his parents, so I did that. And then that was Saturday morning. And after that, my dad had a train show. It's called Intermountain Train Expo in Salt Lake City, and that was going on. So I went and stopped by, and then I saw another old friend of mine I hadn't seen for about a year randomly at that show. And so I stopped and talked with her for a little bit, caught up on things. And let's see, what else did we do? Oh, yeah. And then after that, I got a hold of my mom, and because she was on the way home. So I stopped by and spent about 2 hours with her, just chilling out. And actually, of course, I always forget stuff. I started off my day, actually, before I saw my friend Brian, my childhood friend. I stopped by my brother-in-law's house, the one with one arm, one I talk about quite a bit here on the channel. I ended up, that computer that broke, he said he can fix it, or at least he'd like to try to fix it, however you want to word it. And so my brother-in-law, Steve, now has my old computer, and he says he knows how to fix it, so he's going to try. And if he does, more power to him. He's got a free machine. So I'm hoping that works out for him. I'm hoping he's able to just figure that out. It'd be nice to give something like that to him. He does a lot of little things. He likes to mess with microcontrollers and stuff, which I don't know anything about. So I'm just telling you what I know, what little I do know. And he says he needs a regular PC to help him program microcontrollers. So that's what he wants it for. So I'm hoping he gets it up and running. And then, of course, I did go visit my mom this weekend. And my mom, we had one of those uncomfortable conversations where my mom didn't tell me anything's wrong with her health. Now, I know my mom's already in poor health because of diabetes and stuff, but my mom was asking me about, hey, when I pass away, what do you want? And it's like, Mom, I don't want to think about that. It's your stuff. But she did ask me directly, and initially I couldn't think of anything, so I told her I'd think about it and get back to her. And then I did get back to her, and I told her I'd like to. They have a really nice reclining couch and love seat downstairs that's almost new. So I just told her, I said, if that's up for grabs, I'll take it. And she said, okay. So I really don't want much. I'd rather have my parents and their stuff. I mean, I know eventually they're going to pass away anyway. And just knowing who my sisters are, I'm not looking forward to my parents passing away because it's just going to be a giant shitstorm. My sisters will have everything claimed. So anyway, yeah. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's not think about that. Then I went grocery shopping. And when I went grocery shopping, that was really neat. Those, what do you call that? The Spider-Man Subway Doc Ock things. They had them for sale. They're normally $55. They were $40. So I grabbed 2 more. And I need to make sure, for some reason, This is not working out. And that's why, because I didn't do it right. Okay, there we go. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you guys had a great weekend. Weekends are always nice, in my opinion. I somehow hurt my back, though, so you got a chip that's in pain. And I'm trying to think like what I did to cause that pain. And I've went over my whole entire day because it started yesterday. And so usually that means you did something the day before. Well, the day before, all I did was drive. I didn't really lift anything heavy. I didn't even buy cat food, kitty litter, dog food. I didn't buy anything like that. I bought nothing that was even remotely heavy. So, and I didn't feel myself pull anything. So it's an absolute mystery on why my back hurts so bad. But it does. So, you know. And Mrs. Chip, she's still gone. I don't know when. I have no idea when she comes back. So whatever. Hello, Yeti. Actually, I'm glad you're here because I was saving a joke for you. So you know how we've talked about me liking redheads, and you've said something about liking redheads too. I think you did. Well, I was just wondering if a woman who's not a redhead, let's say she's a blonde, and she decides to color her hair red, does that make her transgendered? I was asking for a friend. Yep, gingered. And that, my friends, is why I keep the spare parts around, because they did not include a tile that they were supposed to, but I had an extra one. Okay, let's throw on this roof. How is your morning going? Are you out walking right now? All right. Oh, shoot. I hate this thing. I hate that thing with a passion. Okay, let's build a couple of minifigs here. We might have to call it a friend to find out. A friend, yeah, like phone a friend on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Oh, okay. So you know how we're always talking about conspiracy theories, or we don't talk about it all the time, but you know how we talk about it. I have something that's not a conspiracy theory that I'm actually kind of upset because I'm hearing online people calling it a conspiracy theory, but I know better. People are trying to say there was no employment fraud or the PPE loans related to the pandemic. And okay, here's this guy here. He's kind of like the captain. He's got a cockatoo here. I didn't say a cock or two. I said cockatoo, a bird. All right, so get your mind out of the gutter. Okay, so I've heard some people say that it's just a witch hunt to go after people for the unemployment fraud. I'm here to tell you it was real, because I have a chip off the old block toys registered, or did have it registered with the state of Utah. Now it's registered with the state of Idaho because that's where I live. But I had it registered in Utah during the pandemic. And I have never had an employee. This has always been a solo adventure for me. I'm reading the newspaper. Yeah. I do get that reference. So I've always been a solo operation. I've never had an employee. Maybe my kids, And anyway, I got a letter in the mail during the pandemic saying, hey, so-and-so used to work for you and they're filing unemployment because you let them go. And I didn't have an employee, never did. And when I called and I said something to the Department of Labor, they were like, oh, that's going on a lot right now. They said, but you're going to have to fight it, because if you don't fight it, then you're going to have to pay it. I mean, they pay it for you, but your rates go up. And well, I wasn't even paying it because I didn't have an employee. So had he been found to be an employee and I would have lost, then I would have got fined for not having the insurance because I had an employee, even though I didn't. Anyway, it's a big mess. I had to dispute it, and disputing it meant I had to show up in person down at the Department of Labor, which was about 30 miles away, and I had to I would have had to testify, but the guy didn't show up. So in the end, it was nothing, but I still had to fight it, still had to show up. And I mean, I pretty much knew he wasn't going to show up, because what's he going to say? Is he really going to show up to my face and say, oh yeah, I worked for you? Yeah, no, he's not going to. So I had to fight that personally. So I really get upset with people that, oh, it's just the right-wing conspiracy. They're just going after their political opponents. No, they're not. There was fraud. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass to fight it. Because, I mean, it's just me. I'm the only one. Sometimes my son helps. I mean, and sometimes when Mrs. Chip's here, she helps. But, I mean, for the most part, this is a one-man band that's being played over here. So when I have to take time out of my day to fight something so ridiculous, it's just time that I can't spend creating and making money. And it's annoying. You were able to walk over an hour. Awesome, dude. So how many steps do you, if you don't mind me asking, like, how many steps do you get in an hour? I've noticed, for me, I've kind of kept track of it. I can get about 1,000 steps every 10 minutes. So that'd be 6,000 steps in an hour. And that's if I'm just walking casually and not, I'm not really trying to do much of anything. And oh boy, this thing is kind of crazy. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I got to build 2 more of the subway things. When the subway cars, because I got them this weekend. So, dude, those cats are so fucking rambunctious. Excuse my language. Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna take care of this. Okay, I am back. So I have I don't know if you guys know that, like, craft paper that comes, that brown paper that comes in with Legos sets. Well, I had a bunch of it on top of a tote, and those kittens have now decided they like to play with it, and it's just really loud. So I went downstairs and threw it in a tote. I will turn this around and let you see this as soon as I'm done with this section, which is kind of funny because I said that, and well, Now I'm done with this section. Okay, here we go. So the last bag was mostly back here. We built, we put some plants here. We put a little box here from Harry. These were originally came out in Harry Potter sets. We did these barrels, we did this plant, we did the bag, and we did the pig. So I guess I am represented in this set. Okay. And if you guys don't know, it doesn't bother me to be called a pig because I'm one that kind of started that. Because my sister-in-law, I don't remember what I said to her, but I said something to her way, way back. And she got mad at me and she goes, "You're such a pig." And Mrs. Chip was right there. And I said, well, I said, it isn't so bad to be a pig when she's pulling the pork. And I was talking about Mrs. Chip. Mrs. Chip got embarrassed, but she did think it was funny too, though. Because her and her sister they've never really got along. Okay. Got a box there. Oh, yeah, I love these pineapples. I love how they use the minifigure head right here. And they just put a flower on it. And that makes a pineapple. That's actually really ingenious, really. Repurposing pieces like that. Piggy. I love the Lego animals. I don't care if they're pigs, cows. I even like the brick-built ones. Like they did some brick-built killer whales. They've done, like in the Razor Crest, they had that brick-built animal that guy's riding on. And I don't remember the name of the animal or the guy. And then they did brick-built horses in that castle. And those didn't turn out too bad either. So it's been pretty good. My hat goes off to you. To Lego. Okay, let's see. I'm also really tired today because with hurting my back, I had trouble sleeping last night. I really wish I could take a nap today, but I literally have got too much to do. There's no way. And my weekend was kind of weird because normally when it comes to Bricklink sales, I stay right on top of it. I get one, I print it off, and I'll do it. I don't mess around with that because there's been too many times where I've kind of like, oh, I only have one order. I'll get to it later. And by the time I get to it, I have 10 or 20 orders, no doubt, and I'm way behind. So I usually stay on top of them. This weekend, I couldn't stay on top of it. This weekend, I had no orders. And then all of a sudden, late last night, starting about 8 o'clock, I started getting more than a few orders in. So now I'm like really behind. So I need to get that done so I won't be able to nap. Yeah. And hey, John, how's it going? I'm getting further along with my F-117 build. Had to step away for, I understand. And you need to take it easy with that back. If it goes out on you, you're going to be more in pain than you realize with somebody crushed. I don't have a crushed spinal cord. You take the cake for that. But I have had 3 spine surgeries. So my back doing this, it takes nothing. I literally have retraced my steps for Saturday, and I do not have any idea what would have caused it. It just started hurting. So I do try to take it easy. And I also take it any which way I can get it too. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Maybe get a hardback chair for yourself. Something with lumbar support, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this one's weird, John, because I mean, yeah, I definitely want to take steps to avoid it in the future. It's just that, like with this particular time, I don't remember doing anything. In fact, I was driving in my truck most of the day on Saturday, and then it started hurting. And I've driven in my truck all day long many times, and my truck actually has a little thing, a little button on the side that you can create more lumbar support if you need it. And that setting stays there because I'm the only one that drives my truck. So normally that's fine. So I don't think that's, I don't think it came from my truck and driving. I really don't have any idea because I went to the train show for a little bit, but I didn't lift anything. All I did was really like talk to my dad and like say, hey, how's it going? And, I didn't really lift anything. And like I said, when I went grocery shopping this week, I didn't lift anything because I didn't get anything heavy. Like I didn't get cat food, didn't get dog food. I didn't get kitty litter. I got nothing that was considered even remotely a problem. So I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't hurt too much. Hopefully it'll go away tomorrow. A lot of times it'll hurt for a day or two, and it already started hurting yesterday. So if it hurts through today, that's 2 days. So hopefully that's it. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But John, how was your weekend? And Yeti, how was your weekend? Yeti, I hope you were able to spend time with the kids and say hi. And, I used to love spending time with my kids on the weekend. Of course, most of it was homework. But, yeah. Still, my kids will always be like, oh, you're so smart. You know how to do this math. You're so smart. You know this. And I'll be like, no, I'm not. But that's all right. Oh, and I talked to my daughter, Natalie, the one of the Marines. I talked to her this weekend. That was a lot of fun. I don't get to talk to her very often because she's not in basic, but she's in her MOS school, and they don't necessarily get to leave on the weekends. If somebody screws up in their week, they definitely get their what they call liberty taken away. Okay, another bag. Oh, you said it's cold outside and the wind is blowing and humidity. Yeah, that would bite. I need to work on my house. I've noticed that the west wall of the house is sinking. Literally, the basement wall's cracked. I noticed that this weekend because there was a crack in the basement, and having a crack is not a problem as long as the two pieces are level, but it's not. It's going down. And so I went and looked at it closely outside, and I didn't realize it till that happened, but it's not graded properly. It's sloping towards the house, the land. And you could see where it dips in one spot, and that's where the concrete is starting to break. I've got plenty of dirt on the property. I just got to get a wheelbarrow and shovel all that. And I've got like 14 inches of concrete before it hits wood. So if I went up about 6 inches, I'm still far enough away to keep termites away and stuff. I just got to do it. I just noticed it, so I'm going to see if I can get Spencer's help. Yeah, usually you don't get any contact with the outside world whenever you're in MOS training. Yeah, I've only heard from her. She started her MOS training in March, and now we're in November. Her MOS school's a year, by the way. I've only heard from her twice. And it's not like we're having a falling out or anything. It's they just don't get the privileges that they normally get. So, and that's kind of sad because I really do care about my kids and stuff. And if she does get time, she's got the 2 kids that are not living with her right now. So she probably calls them, which I would rather, if she's going to call anybody, she call them because they need it more than I do. I mean, they don't understand. Mom's gone. And she's got her orders. She is going to Japan. Japan's going to be her first duty station, Okinawa. So I am excited for her. I am going to have to go out and visit her. I have never been to Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan. So anyway, that's kind of my goal, is to go to Japan sometime soon. Like, she gets there in April, and of course I'd like to stay with her because it'd be cheaper, and because I have a military ID, I can actually stay on the base. My weekend was good. Hung out with Panda, cleaned up a lot of house, broke down a bunch of sets and bagged them. Okay. Into Ziploc land. Yeah, I understand that one, man. I've got plenty of my own in Ziploc land. Oh, okay. So I meant to bring this up with you guys here too. So I saw another YouTuber do this, and I thought it might be a good idea. So I want to run it past you guys to see if you guys would be interested in something like this. So I'm not going to say her channel name, but she's easy on the eyes. She is cute. Anyway, she's been doing a short every single day this year where she adds one set. She builds one set and adds it to her Lego collection. She has a city. The only thing is, I would not be directly copying her because she only has sets that are like 1995 and before. So hers is a total retro town with the 4 stud wide cars and stuff. Anyway, I was thinking about maybe doing the same thing or something similar, where maybe next year for 2026, I do a Lego set every day as a short, adding it to the city. I don't know if I can keep up with that, to be honest. But I mean, if I'm even going to try, I got to know there's an interest there. And if there's not, then I need to know, because that'd be a lot of work for nothing. So would you guys be interested in seeing a short or a video every day of me adding something to the town? Japan. Oh, I love Japan. I've been to Japan before. It's a different world. Did you go to the main island, or did you, like, where'd you go? Because I mean, there's several islands. And how are the Japanese people? And I don't mean that as I'm not trying to be rude. What I mean is, like Germany, they're blunt. They're friendly and they'll talk to you, but they're blunt. And the French, well, let's just say the French have they have their reputation for being snooty because, well, they are. At least they were. The ones I met were. So I would model my city after Hill Valley, Back to the Future. Oh, yeah. Actually, I didn't think about that. I don't think I got the money or the pieces for that, but it's a good idea. There's a lot you could do. That old movie theater and the record store on Main Street. Yeah, I remember that. Save the clock tower. Yeah, I remember that too. Japanese people, when I was there back, were amazing too. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any idea. Oh, and I did ask my mom, since I was hanging out with her, because, you know, I told you guys a story before that my parents had a foreign exchange student live with us for a year. And, you know, I was just curious, you know, like how she turned out, because, I mean, geez, that was 30 something years ago. And I asked my mom if she's kept in touch with her and the foreign exchange student. And my mom said that the last time she heard from her was the late 90s. So no, she has not. So I have no idea how this person is doing. And it's really sad because, I mean, like, I actually would, if I could find her, I'd actually have someone to, like, hang out with a little bit when I was in Japan and, like, be like, hey, when you were here in America, I showed you around. Would you be willing to show me your favorite places and, like, you know, like maybe where you went to school, like where you like to shop, like what are your favorite restaurants, that kind of thing. That'd be fun. So I have no idea how to get a hold of her. So her name was, I'm going to say it wrong because I always wanted to call her Kiko, and it's spelled like Kiko, but she pronounced it slightly different, and I always got it wrong. So I don't know. But that name is very common in Japan. Oh my goodness! Try looking up. Well, I won't say her last name, but yeah, her last name, first and last name put together. There's so many people with that name combination in Japan. Germans love my culture because that's how we were, very blunt down there. Yeah, no, I loved it too. I think I told you guys the conversation I had with the guy on the train once. I had the kids, and the guy was just like, "Vier Kinder, 4 children," and I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "You and your wife know how to do anything else in your spare time?" I was like, "Nope," and he just laughed, and then he was like, later in the conversation, he was like, it looks like you don't skip a meal kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, well, looking at you, you ain't doing so bad yourself. Cause he was heavier than I was, but, yeah, man, he was just, I don't think he was trying to be rude either. He just was talking. And so I played along, and we started talking about some other stuff, and he was telling me about upcoming festival, and stuff, and let me know what was going on around there. And he also was letting me know what areas of town to avoid. So yeah, I mean, it was all good. Germans are nice. I like them. All right, sticker time. Haley's Bricks has an awesome Back to the Future. Oh, she made the clock tower and everything to be exactly. Oh, that's awesome. Even did the farmhouse. That's even better. Dude, that's awesome. I'm going to have to look at that. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, we've got a guy in the lug that I'm in that he did the clock tower, and he did part of the main street. He's got the movie theater, and he's got the record store. That's it. He didn't do anything more than that. So it's just a couple buildings, and there is far more than that. But I mean, I understand people just don't have the money to, and I'm not here to shame. Oh man, I'd be showing you NASA. Well, yeah, I would like to see some NASA stuff, John. And I'm sorry if you can hear the washer, but these are my last pair of clean clothes here. I had to run the wash. And by the way, Yeti, I just want to let you know you're a bad influence on me. No, I'm just kidding. He's like, tell me something I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. So that song, Hunger Strike, I Don't Mind Stealing Bread. Like that song, like I remember it coming out in the 90s, and I used to listen to it. And Mrs. Chip actually really hates that song. Anyway, ever since you sung it the other day on the live stream, dude, I've watched that song a few times and jammed out to it, especially when I'm driving a long distance. And anyway, thanks for that. I appreciate bringing up nostalgia, because I do like that song. I love the Japanese women. Never over there. They don't let my wife know this, but they are honored. Yeah, no, they are. That much is true. Yeah. That foreign exchange student we had at our house, she was always really kind to my dad, and she even, obviously my dad's going to tell her, oh yeah, I served in Okinawa twice because my dad did, and they actually, she had a lot of respect for my dad being in the military. She was just real nice, and then of course she was respectful of my mother too, and everyone else in the house. So yeah, it's a different culture. None of this woke BS. Well, I don't know about now, but remind me and I'll send you some pictures of it because I took pictures of her whole. Oh, okay. All right. So she's in Alabama. All right, cool. Well, yeah, I'd like to see the layout. That'd be awesome, dude. Play me and Mrs. Yeti went visit Haley in Baytown. She took us by NASA. Okay. So did you wave hi to John while you were down there? I'm glad that song stuck in your head. Yeah, it's a good song, dude. Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I've only driven through Alabama. I've never like stayed there. Um, I had to go. I had to go to Florida once. I had to drive there, and I was living in Virginia, and so I had to drive through Alabama on 95, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't really stop anywhere except for gas stations and maybe get something to eat. Ah, boy. There we go. She's not in Alabama. Okay. So are you planning on going to Brick Fair again? I know you said you went to. I think you said the most recent show you went to was in Louisiana, right? Oh, you're only doing shows in Louisiana. Well, that makes sense, dude, because they're expensive, the hotels, and then it's hard to eat right. So no, I totally get that. In fact, I'm not even doing any shows right now. And you know what? I've decided that the lug that I belong to, I've decided that I am not ever going to do a show with them again. The president has been being a huge jerk, and I went to their show that train show that I went to go see my dad. They were there. However, no one was manning the posts. They just had their Legos out, no one manning it, which that's a problem because I'm never leaving my stuff out without having somebody there. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is ever since I told him that I could not be his treasurer because I don't have time. And not only that, he was bugging the hell out of me, calling me every day, like 45 minutes a day, an hour a day, sometimes twice a day. And he always wanted me to do something for him. And it's like, dude, I'm not the only member in the club. Go get somebody else. But anyway, yeah, I told him I couldn't be the treasurer because I didn't have time. And ever since then, he's been feverishly trying to replace me. And when I went to the show this last weekend, I can clearly see what he's been doing. And yes, he is definitely replaced me. They have their own railroad tracks now, and I spent over $3,500 getting my railroad tracks together. And and there's no reason for me to do it except for they asked me to. So I wasted $3.5 grand doing railroad tracks, and now they don't even use them. So they can go F themselves. I'm not interested in doing anything more for them. And I don't care whether they make it or not. I mean, what did they expect, dude? You asked me to spend $3.5 grand, and then you toss it out like it was nothing. We're not going to get along. And plus the fact, I mean, I'll just say this too. I don't like what's going on. He appointed his wife to be the ambassador of our club. And the only reason he did it, I swear, is because of the free Lego. And he promised, first of all, I don't like how he did it. He eventually did bring it up, but he used the excuse that, oh, well, Lego needed an ambassador real quickly because, we had to get one. And so I just appointed Tammy. It was easiest. But you see, I had a conversation with him, and I had told him that I was willing to be the ambassador because he said you only have to spend 4 hours a month approximately. That's what Lego says. Well, I was like, 4 hours, I could do that. But no, he didn't. He wanted the whatever. He appointed his wife as the ambassador. And then after he appointed her, he went to the club and he's like, oh, well, this is what I did. Is everyone okay with it? No. Our charter, our articles of incorporation, our bylaws, whatever you want to call them, clearly state it has to be voted on. Not you're supposed to do whatever you want and then come back and say, is it okay? And he used all those kind of excuses. Oh, well, we couldn't vote because we didn't have a meeting. Yeah, there's online voting like SurveyMonkey. There's Dropbox. There are all kinds of little tools you can use to do an online survey and send it to only those in the club. So, and then he promised that to avoid any sort of things, impropriety or looking like it's improper, that any free Lego they got through the ambassador program, they wouldn't open it unless a third party was there, and they would let us know each month what they got last month. Well, I've been to a couple meetings and they've never told us what they've gotten. Well, only once they did. Okay. And she's been the ambassador for like a year now. They've only told us once what they got for free. And yeah, we don't hear anything. And so I don't even think there's a third party there opening it. If there is, they're not letting us know. So I'm just done with it, dude. I'm sorry, but okay. We are done with that bag. That's bag 22. Now we'll move to bag 23 and I need something to drink. I'm talking lugs, yeah. Yeah, the lug that I joined, it's really funny. They joined saying that the reason they broke off the other lug was because the other lug wasn't transparent. And here we are, almost 4 years in this new lug, and I am absolutely dissatisfied because they are not transparent at all. I mean, he's done that so many times. In fact, I don't even call it by its name anymore, the lug. I call it the guy's first name and then lug. But yeah, there's so many things going on, and I don't approve of any of it. So that's why you don't see me at shows anymore. And to be honest with you, I've been happy about it anyway because, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. I need to focus on this for a second. Make sure. That's the reason why I'm not in a lug. There's too many two-faced people inside those lugs. There really are. There are. But there's some really good people, though, that I've met through the lug that I'm still friends with, and I'll always be. John says, I don't see the benefits of lugs no matter how many excuses there are. Yeah, lugs are just a whole different animal. And I don't know. I also don't like doing shows too much, especially because when I first joined this lug, they were doing shows all over the place. Like they're in Salt Lake City area, and they were doing shows in Denver, 8 hours away. Then they were doing one in Cheyenne, Wyoming, which is I think 10 hours away. And we were just doing all these far-flung shows. And to be honest with you, I didn't see the benefit. And I actually said something to him. I was like, well, why are we doing like Denver, for instance? We're not furthering anything. We're not like getting new members through it. And we're not really doing much to promote our club there. We're just there. And I said, that's a big expense for most of us. So anyway, I got them to drop the Denver and the Cheyenne, Wyoming shows. But they were doing shows like one a month there for the longest time, and it was just too much. I don't have that kind of money. Yeah, this set is, well, I like this set. And because of its detail, it's very intricate. And you see all these little small pieces and how long it takes to move up the ladder, per se. It takes a little bit. All right, we're on to bag 24. Looks like bag 24 is going to finish off the roof. So let's get that done. Yeah, dude, I'm really hurting right now. My back's really some knots, man. I set up more shirts at Porthos Plan. Yeah, actually, I saw one over the weekend, and I watched it, and I dropped a like on it, John. I don't know if I commented or not. I can't remember. Coming to hang out tonight? Yeah, I planned on it. The only thing I could think of that would keep me from hanging out tonight, Yeti, would be if I took one of them pain pills that are strong enough to knock me the heck out. So far, so good. But that'd be the only thing. Other than that, I'm planning on it. As long as people are seeing it. Yeah, no, I think it is gaining traction, because I noticed when I saw it, you had over 100. You had 100. I think you had a little over 100 when I saw it. 100 views. Yeah, I really like this. This is I mean, they've done it before. In the medieval village they did it, and in the Lion's Night Castle they did this type of roof. So I really like it myself. I think it's cool, but it is fairly new. It's not something they've done. Whenever the Lion's Night Castle came out was the first time I noticed it. Have you seen that meme or that reel with the old guy where the lady was like, "Oh, you know, you're so old, not so old. You made it to such an age. How did you do it and stay sane?" He goes, "Well, when stupid people come up to me and say something stupid, I don't argue with them anymore. I just say, 'You're right.'" And she goes, "That doesn't make any sense." And he's like, "You're right." I love that. That video is okay. So now it's over 700. Okay, it was over. It was in the over 100 when I saw it on the weekend. That is awesome, dude. You're doing good. All right, so now we're on to bag 25. And bag 25 looks like we're gonna get some greens in. No, not the devil's lettuce. Just regular greens. Oh boy, we got a kitten who thinks they need to let me know something. Those kittens, I love them, but boy, they're turning out to be a nuisance. Ah, boy. I use it on my friend because he talks politics all the time. Okay. I need to start doing Lego shorts again. Remember, if you do short, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, ouch. Oh, that stretched my back. I need to start doing Lego shorts again. Remember, if you do shorts, make sure you use music in them and popular music, and you'll start getting subscribers and people watching it. Okay. But do they still, like, how do you get around the copyright? Because I know YouTube's been really, really tight about the copyrights lately. And if you have anything that, like, yeah, I don't know. I guess there is copyright music that can be used. I don't know. I don't know much. Okay, we are almost done with this tree. This tree is, yeah. I would say you should do some vertical streams. Well, yeah. There is things I'd like to try out. Yeah, I love this palm tree. Okay, and it goes. Where does it go? Seriously? Okay. Now this banana bunch has been only in a couple of sets. Oh, it says my battery's dead. Well, guess what, guys? I got new ones. I'll be right back. All right. This is no good anymore. But I got 2 new ones that came in the mail on Saturday. There we go. Now we got a bunch of bananas. And let's see. Okay, when you record a Lego short using YouTube platform, they offer you the music to use, and they do not copyright claim. Okay. All right. Well, you're teaching me something. You're learning me something. Because I don't know. Well. Oh, that's what we're working on. Oh, I lost my focus on the camera when I did that. Oh, shoot. Okay, well, we're almost done here, so I'll just live with it for now. But yeah, I'm currently doing my laundry because that's why it's. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I can hear it. It's loud. And in a minute, it's going to sing to us. I used to do them all the time. How do you think I got over it? Okay. Well, I've done a few shorts, but that was early on. I haven't done shorts. I haven't done any shorts for over a year. And mostly the problem I have is time. It's not a lack of desire. It's I'm so busy doing things that I need to do. All right, there's the song it sang. All right, let's get this done. Oh, I just released a time lapse of me building this set, and also recently I released the video of the review of this set as well. So we've got a lot of things going on. I only know how to do shorts. Well, shorts is I mean, I like shorts. I just don't like the threshold. Was it 10 million, and you have to have 10 million views in 3 months or something? It's absurd. And then you got all that AI slop you're competing with these days. And I literally mean AI slop. It sucks. All right. I wish they'd crack down on that because so many videos are AI these days. Okay. So we've got bags 1 through 25 done. Who's watching SpongeBob? Me. SpongeBob No Pants. I mean SquarePants, excuse me. All right, guys. Well, bags 1 through 25 is done, and we're going to stop it here because we're right at an hour. And appreciate you being here. Be looking out for my videos and tomorrow's live stream, which will be part 4 building this. And after this, we're doing the antique shop. So stay tuned. All right, guys. Drop a like and drop a rumble.